Well, without question, very proud of our team. I know we had a big win a couple weeks ago, but I'm probably prouder of this moment right here for our football team. I think we knew going into this game that this was a huge game for us. In order for us to still be a contender, we had to find a way to win this game, and that's kind of what we preached. We knew we would have to play for 60 minutes. It wasn't a perfect game by any means, but we're playing a good football team. And we made some big plays here and there. Our defense hung in there, found a way to get a stop at the very end, which means they're playing hard the entire game. So that's a credit to our defensive coaches and our guys for taking the field and still competing. Found a way to get a break on special teams and get good field position, and then made a great kick at the end, and that's improvement. You know, we had kicks blocked the last game that hurt us, and we found a way to make this one. So I thought it was a complete overall team effort, and while it wasn't perfect, it was a huge win for us, and very proud of our guys, and I think this one means a lot.
Jeff, kind of what you just alluded to, everything went right for you guys in a lot of ways against Ohio State, and last week kind of exemplified why the small things sometimes cost a game. Is it some kind of a step forward to win a game where you didn't play well in so many facets against a team this good?
Without question, and I agree with you 100%. It wasn't a perfect game by any means. I do think our guys competed hard. We made some plays. They made some plays. That's what's going to happen against good teams. You got to find a way to just hang in there. You know, hope to have a little luck on your saddle as you get going, but make your breaks. You know, we had some key turnovers in the second half I didn't like, but those happened. Our defense hung in there and responded. And just you know, like you said, it was just great to come out with a win in a game that wasn't perfect, but was a huge win for our team.
Jeff, the last drive before the field goal, kind of your mindset there, you went heavy on the run. Was that the result of the interception that David threw the possession before, or did you see something that you felt like you could move the ball on the ground?
Well, David did some very good things for us. Yes, we had 2 turnovers. Actually, I didn't lose confidence in him. I knew he'd come back and respond. Fortunately for us, we got the field in a reasonable field position. They were playing us a lot of soft too, jumping our routes underneath. We felt like we had to mix in some runs. We got the looks we wanted. We hit it for a few. Unfortunately, we got a penalty, knocked us back, and then we kind of had to grind out a few runs and a 4th down call that luckily we got because we executed it well. So we just had to make our breaks. It wasn't pretty by any means, but once we got in field goal range, we thought we could run the ball. They were still playing for the pass quite a bit. That's what we like to do, and our guys were able to make some yards, put us in field goal range. Obviously, we would like to head it to the middle. We cut back, but you know, I think he maybe thought he could score. But great job by our field goal unit of protecting this game, which means we got better. Great job by Spencer of relaxing, kicking it right dead center through. So great improvement.
Just what was sort of going through your mind there when you're stuck around the 8-yard line or so, where you obviously don't want to put the ball in the air and risk the turnover, but I'm sure you probably had in the back of your mind what happened at Michigan State with the field goal. Were those kind of nervous moments for you at all?
Were they for you? Because they were for me, yes. You know what? You're exactly right. You know, we like to be aggressive, but at the same time, shoot, we're inside the 10-yard line. We decided not to throw a pass, even though we had a play action or 2 that we thought would be there. But we went ahead and went with the run. There comes a point in time where inside the 10, your team should be able to execute and make a field goal from there. And I know it's not 100%, but you got to trust each part of your team, special teams, defense, and offense. And this time we said we're gonna trust them. We'll try to punch it in, which we couldn't. It was hard to run on this team. We knew going in it would. They're very good up front. But great job by our field goal unit to put it right down the middle with great protection.
Coach Brohm, you guys were having a difficult time getting stops most of the night. Talk to us about the character of your team toward the end when they started to bend but not break. But elaborate on what you were able to tell them to be able to get them to a point where they could get that big stop at the end.
Well, you're exactly right. I think that's the great thing about our team. I don't think we're perfect by any means. But we work hard at playing hard. And we talk a lot about playing for the full 60 minutes and everybody in it and everybody competing. Doesn't matter what the score is. We'll look at the score when it's over with, but can you give us everything you got for 60 minutes? And I think our team has bought into that. It's not always going to be perfect. We're going to make some mistakes. But the fact that our defense stood up at the end, obviously some holding calls helped us, but we stood up, got some stops. We played physical to the very end, and then we came in and executed some runs, and I came in and executed the kick. does bode well for a team that wants to win. And that's really what you want. You want guys that want to win. It means something to them. It's important to them. And I think we do have a group of guys that winning does matter.
Jeff, last year you had some success against them with Mahungu through the air. Was it something from last year that Terry Wright kind of filled that role today? Or I guess what was the reason that Terry had a big day that he had tonight?
Well, I'm very proud of Terry. It was great to see him step up and make great plays. Last year he came in with Isaac Zico, and the year didn't go the way they wanted, which sometimes happens. He has worked very hard as well. Hadn't gotten as many opportunities this year, maybe as Isaac, but he hasn't complained one bit. He's been a great teammate, which shows his maturity level. He cares about us winning, no matter who it is, and he got some one-on-one matchups, and he stepped up and he won them. And you got to be able to hit a few things when they're pressing you all the time. You got to be able to throw it over their head a few times. The big plays helped us get this victory. Big plays are always going to be critical to your team's success, but Terry Wright definitely stepped up. He ran the go route a couple times to perfection, where before he might have been a little clumsy and pressed it a little bit. He trusted his speed, made great catches, stayed in bounds, and very proud of him because it was a great performance by him today.
Jeff, you started the season with 3 losses by a combined 8 points, including 2 walk-off kicks. Did your team show you something different today that you didn't know about them by winning a tight game like this today?
Well, I'll be quite honest with you. Going back to those 0-3 games, I think they had it in them, but they had a head coach that wasn't as aggressive as we are now. And I think our approach has been better, where we've given our guys more opportunities to make plays, to take chances, to not worry about making mistakes, to go out there and just cut it loose, and whatever happens, happens. So I think we've improved there, which starts with me. But our team has always had great fight. Even when we were 0-3, they practiced well. They worked hard when we identified the mistakes. They were great at being critical of themselves and trying to fix it, and that's all you can ask for. So I love the makeup of our team because they want to win, and it means something to them, and that's what you love to coach. And our guys, I think, hopefully will learn from this win and try to come back and work extremely hard to find a way to win the next one. Right now it's about pushing forward, but a very proud day for our football team, and a lot of progress was made.
I would only given up 7 passing plays this year of 30 yards or more. I'm wondering, what was your confidence level that you could hit deep balls on them, and was it just a matter of it being a necessity that you had to do it, and so there wasn't a matter of trying to do something else?
It's a combination of a lot of things. Their front four is very good. They have a ton of sacks. I think we knew on first and second down we needed to be aggressive. And then on third down we got better as it went on because we mixed in some runs when they tried to be very exotic. But they trust their defense and what they run and keeping it in front of them. And a lot of teams won't take as many chances on first and second down. We wanted to take them today. And if it didn't work, it didn't work. But fortunately for us, quite a few of them did. And when they did, they were big plays. And it's hard against a defense like that to work the ball down the field in 10-play drives and score close to 40 points. You got to hit some big plays if you want to do that. We felt going into the game we needed to score 30 to win. That's kind of what our mindset was. So our guys, found a way to get that done.
Two-part. What's Grant Herman's status from here, and your first reaction to the way Swingler played against this particular opponent especially?
Well, Herman's probably going to be out probably for the rest of the regular season. We'll see how he progresses. He had a small knee procedure on his meniscus. Eric Swingler, the great thing about Eric is he's not going to do everything perfect, but he competes, and he's got some nastiness in him, and he likes football. And you can coach him hard if he's not doing everything you want, and he'll respond. And, there's a few limitations he has, but we like having him on our team, and it was great for him to step in. And, those 2 defensive ends were tall and long and good and productive, and he did the best job he could. And I'm very proud of his performance. And, he's a guy that, once again, hasn't got to play as much as he would like because he loves football. And he's hung in there. He hadn't complained one time. He's been a great teammate, and now his chances come back again. And I think you'll see him continue to step forward and make strides and play hard. And I think his toughness really helps our team when he takes the field because he does want to win.
Jeff, what was the explanation on the kick-catch interference? Or did you get one, and was the flag on unsportsmanlike flag on you?
Yes, it was a bad job by me. Yes. I thought he put his hand up at the last minute, of course, and they didn't agree. So, I was trying to express it from the sideline. It was a timeout, and our other coaches were on the field, and he didn't want me on the field. So I guess I stepped over the line. But that shouldn't happen. That's the first one I've ever had, and I'll make sure that doesn't happen again.
Coach, just to piggyback on his question, when you did get the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, that added a 30-yard penalty for one play. But being a former player yourself, how much does that motivate the team when they see a coach defending them like you did right before the half? Even though you gave up the 7 points going into the half, the kids got to love you for that, though.
Well, I love your explanation, so I'll take that, and I hope that's the case. I don't know if it really was, but I hope it was the case. But it was, it was done by me. I just, wanted to express that I disagreed with that. I try to be as calm as I can, but I lost it, and next time I'll be more under control. But maybe it did. Hopefully.
Jeff, how would you categorize Rondell's status going into the game, and were you ever thinking I'm going to have to be careful with him at any point today?
Well, he wasn't able to practice as much, so obviously I didn't want to load him up and make him carry the team. So it was great to see other people step up. He's a guy that's a huge component of our offense. We want to make sure he's healthy game day. We want to make sure we take care of him and, get him to full speed where he can do his things. Obviously, teams are going to start to key on him and put a guy over top and a safety behind him. This team normally had a safety behind him as well. We probably could have gotten the ball a little bit more. But he's done a great job for us. He returns kicks. He wants to win. He's really helped elevate our team, and he's a great player. Well, I'll be honest, I don't know if he was at 100% or not. I know he has some things that he's trying to get healed up at this point in the season. Him, along with probably some others, have some issues that, maybe they heal up at the end of the year. Maybe you got to get them fixed a little bit. I don't know, but I think he stepped in and played well, and we will try to take care of him and whoever is injured as much as we can so that they're ready for game day, but still get enough practice so that they feel good and ready to go.
Hey, Coach, the winning culture is back at Purdue. A lot of these kids that have been here for a while haven't won like they're winning now, going down there. How exciting is it for you to see these kids so excited and know that this is a winning program again and Purdue's back on track?
Well, that's the best part about it, to be quite honest with you, is you got a bunch of guys that for whatever reason just haven't had a chance to experience some big wins in the recent past. So for myself, our coach, and our players to just do a small part to help them get that, it means a lot to them, and you can see it in their eyes. We felt it last year with certain seniors that were here that really expressed gratitude to me that I've never had expressed to me in that way before. These guys want to win. It's great to see them improve and compete and win big games, especially at home. That's what makes it a lot of fun when you're playing at home and you can win big games, and your fans show out like that is tremendous. I mean, definitely want to say thank you for the fans for coming out, because it was a great atmosphere, a great scene. It definitely gives your players life. So the combination of that and our players playing hard and finding a way to win some big ones gives them life, and hopefully it motivates them to want to play harder and want to find a way to inch our way up the ladder. And that's what makes this process so much fun, is we've had room to improve, and when you do it, it means a lot, and you feel good inside. And hopefully we can use that to motivate us and inspire us to do even more and see if we can push this thing along.
Jeff, you lost DJ there for a couple series. Do you know what his status is? He seemed like he was able to come back. And then just when he was out, it seemed like Markel was able to fill in with some timely runs. Just between those two, did you feel like, obviously not as much rushing yards as he wanted, but just enough to sort of balance it out?
Well, I think DJ had a wrist issue. I'm not for sure the severity of it right now. We like our running back core. We felt going into the game we weren't going to be able to run for a ton of yards, so they really didn't have as many opportunities to do what they normally would do. But Markel, Xander, those three guys, we feel good about all three of them. And if one of them are in there, we feel like all three can produce and be productive and know our offense and be able to catch balls, block, run it, run physical, run tough, take care of the ball. I think we've done a tremendous job all year of taking care of the ball, which is, knock on wood, hard to happen. So they have really taken a lot of pride in the small things. It's great to have depth at positions, and it's great to see new guys step up and emerge like we did today because it'll help our team. Are you happy, honey? Here we go.